Hey there, it's Jim. New York City has long been known as the cultural and financial capital of the world, attracting people from all walks of life to its bustling streets. However, over the past few years, there has been a significant exodus of people from the city. In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 reasons people are leaving New York City. Ready? Let's go! Number 10. Quality of education. New York City's public school system is one of the largest in the world, but it has been plagued by issues such as overcrowding and unequal access to resources. In a recent report by U.S. News World Report, New York City was ranked 38th out of 50 in the category of best states for education. Number 9. Noise pollution. New York City is one of the loudest cities in the world, with noise pollution being a constant issue. The sounds of traffic, construction, and people can be overwhelming, especially for those who live in busy areas. Number 8. Traffic. New York City is ranked the third most congested city in the world, with drivers spending an average of 56 hours per year in traffic, according to the Global Traffic Scorecard. Number 7. High taxes. New York City has one of the highest state and local tax burden in the country, with a combined tax rate of 14.1%, according to the Tax Foundation. High taxes in New York City are a result of a variety of factors, including the cost of living, the high demand for services, and the need to fund social programs. The city has a large population and a high cost of living, which means that the government must raise a lot of revenue to provide basic services like schools, hospitals, and transportation. How effective is the local government spending those funds? Well, a lot of people think that they are not, and that's the next reason they leave. Number 6. Local authorities are wasting money. It's difficult to say definitively whether or not New York City is wasting taxpayers' money, as the allocation of funds is often a matter of opinion and priorities. However, here are a few examples of potential areas where some people might argue that the city is wasting money. One of the largest expenditures for New York City is overtime pay for government employees. In 2020, the city spent over $1.7 billion on overtime, with some individual employees earning over $300,000 in overtime pay alone. Also, New York City has a reputation for being slow and inefficient when it comes to completing infrastructure projects, such as building new subway lines or repairing roads and bridges. This can result in delays and cost overruns, which seems like a waste of taxpayer money. New York City has come under fire for awarding contracts to vendors and suppliers with ties to city officials or political donors. Critics argue that these contracts are often awarded to the highest bidder rather than the most qualified, resulting in wasted funds and a lack of transparency. Finally, the New York City Housing Authority has been plagued by mismanagement, corruption, and poor living conditions for years. The agency has been criticized for wasting taxpayer money on ineffective repairs and maintenance, while many residents continue to live in substandard conditions. Now, before getting to number 5, don't forget to smash, destroy, or just gently touch a like button, subscribe, and hit a notification ring. Done? All right, back to number 5. Number 5, quality of public service. While New York City has many world-class public services, such as the subway system and public parks, there are also many complaints about the quality of these services. For example, the subway system has been plagued by delays and malfunctions in recent years, which can make commuting a frustrating experience. Number 4, overcrowding. New York City is one of the most densely populated cities in the world, with a population of over 8 million people, spread across just 468 square miles. The city's population density is over 27,000 people per square mile, which means that there are a lot of people living in a relatively small area. The high population density also comes with some significant challenges. For one, the city can feel overwhelmingly crowded, particularly in certain areas like Times Square, where it can be difficult to move through the throngs of people. Additionally, the high population density means that there is limited space for housing and other amenities, which can drive up the cost of living. Overcrowding can also put a strain on public services such as the subway system, which can become overcrowded during rush hour. The city's high population density also means that there is a lot of competition for resources, which can lead to inequality and social tension. Number 3, lack of community. Lack of community in New York City can feel like trying to make friends at a crowded bar during happy hour. Everyone is hustling and bustling, moving quickly from one place to another, and it can be challenging to find a moment to connect with someone. In a city of 8 million people, it can be tough to find your tribe. Sure, you might make friends with your coworkers, but they're likely just as busy and tired as you are. You might join a gym or a club, but even there, people are often in their own worlds, headphones on, focused on their workout. It can be easy to feel anonymous and lost in the city, like you're just a face in a sea of people. And when everyone is focused on themselves, it's hard to build a sense of community. After all, community is about connection, and it's hard to connect when everyone is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's not to say that it's impossible to build a community in New York City. In fact, the city is full of amazing people who are doing incredible things, but it takes effort and a willingness to put yourself out there. So if you're new to the city and feeling lonely, don't worry, you're not alone. But don't give up on finding your tribe. Join a meetup group, volunteer at a local charity, take a class, or start a conversation with a stranger. Who knows? You might just meet your new best friend or your future business partner. Number 2, crime. Yeah, people don't like to live in a crime-infested area where you pay $3,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. Who is surprised? New York City may be known for its bright lights and Broadway shows, but it also has a reputation for being a bit of a Wild West when it comes to crime. From petty theft to major felonies, there's never a dull moment in the city that never sleeps. While crime rates have fallen in recent years, New York City still has its fair share of criminals, from pickpockets to gangsters. New York City saw a 22% jump in crime between 2021 and 2022, but its overall crime index declined for the second straight month. Now, before we get to number 1, let me show you something. Check this out. This is some incredible merchandise available at our store. Look at it. It is insane. Please find the link below in the comment. All right, now back to number 1. Number 1, high cost of living. According to a recent report by CNBC, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan is $3,667, which is one of the highest in the country. Additionally, New York City has the highest cost of living in the United States, with an index of 187.2, according to Numbeo. Also, according to Numbeo, the cost of groceries in New York City is 25% higher than the national average. Additionally, dining out in the city can be very expensive, with the average cost of a meal for 2 in a mid-range restaurant coming in at $100, according to Expetiston. What about cost of transportation? While New York City has a robust public transportation system, the cost of using it can be high. A monthly unlimited Metro card, which allows for unlimited rides on the subway and bus systems, currently costs $127. Finally, according to a report by Value Penguin, New York City has the highest healthcare costs of any city in the United States. The report found that the average cost of a doctor's visit in the city is $160, and the average cost of a day in the hospital is $4,500. Yikes, that's too much. Okay, that's it for today, folks. Hope it was fun and knowledgeable. See you in the next one. Bye.